Definitely some breaking news happening right now. I was just about to go eat dinner after a killer live stream. We had 821 people watching. Thank you all for coming. And news broke while I was streaming that the Stan Lee situation has come to a head. And if you've been following the channel, we've been reporting on Stan's potential elder abuse, just horrendous stories about his daughter attacking him and his wife. And then he came out and he said this is not true. And then he did a video and said this is not true. And then other people around him said it is true. And then there's police reports. This is a 95-year-old man just trying to live his life. Now, and as just a few minutes ago, it broke that police are now investigating elder abuse. And I want to share with you, I've said before, and this is really sad, that when Stan did some of these videos about like suing the pants off people and trying to set the record straight about not remembering how to sign things and all this stuff, it really felt like there was someone on the other side of the camera forcing him to say these things. And I believe that with the new evidence that man was his business partner, Kia Morgan. Okay, so let's look at the Associated Press just broke that the Los Angeles police are investigating reports of elder abuse against Marvel Comics Stan Lee. The investigation was revealed in a restraining order granted Wednesday against a man who has been acting as Lee's business manager and personal advisor. Now, this is something that, if you remember, when this initial video dropped, when I reported on the elder abuse stuff, I took a lot of heat. People were really pissed, saying this is all baloney. It turns out that we were right all along, and viewers who spread that video around and tried to get the word out about Stan were correct. And the restraining order states that his former advisor, Kia Morgan, had inserted himself into the life of the 95-year-old Stan Lee. It accuses Morgan of taking advantage of Lee's impaired hearing, vision, and judgment, moving Lee from longtime family home and preventing family and associates from contacting him. Morgan was arrested on Monday for allegedly filing a false police report by calling 911 saying burglars were in his house when in fact the authorities were there conducting a welfare check on Stan Lee. Now, this is exactly what I think. I think some of the people that watched this video did reached out to some of our coverage or other people covering this and reached out to authorities and wanted this wellness check done. And it turns out that it was required. Now, this is what's even crazier, okay? So 26 minutes ago, this was published. So at 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Let's go to June 10th, 3 days ago, the day of his arrest, I think, right? Well, actually, let's talk about his arrest. His business partner, Kia Morgan, let's go to this article, was arrested on warrant Monday, which would be the 10th, of suspicion of filing a false police report. According to the Hollywood Reporter, his bail was set at $20,000, where he is due back in court on July 2nd. The outlet also suggested that the incident was linked to a report that Lee allegedly was confronted by two armed men during an attempted robbery at his home earlier this month. We reported on that as well. The arrest comes 2 days after the Marvel legend, who is 95 years old, announced in a Twitter video that he is his only partner and business manager. That's the same thing I noticed. So when you go and you saw this video, you know that this dude made Stan record this. Let's listen to this. This is really creepy stuff.
Hey, heroes, it has come to my attention that many people contact other companies or other people trying to get in touch with me. I just want to go on the record as saying I have only one partner, only one person who does represent me, and that's Kia Morgan. Anybody else who claims to be my rep is just making that story up. So I just want to put it on the record. I want you to know, if you want me, call me. If you can't get me, call Kia Morgan. The two of us work together and are conquering the world side by side. Excelsior.
I think Kia made him do that. And here he is on Twitter replying. Let's see if anybody replies to this. So was this like a hostage video? Exactly. Exactly. This video may or may not have been coerced. The story just broke that this guy is, apparently a slime ball, taking advantage of Stan Lee. Didn't you get arrested? And this guy's going to have a lot of explaining to do. Because being arrested, now the term elder abuse or whatever is probably a little spicy. What I'm sure he's doing is taking advantage of Stan, which is what we all thought. I'm hoping that, I still say that there is conservatorship, I think is the name of it, where the state can appoint somebody to look out for Stan. He clearly is not making good decisions about who to trust, and it's fucked. It's so messed up. It comes to my attention that people, we just watched that video. Okay. Lee continued. People, the magazine reached out to him. Obviously, he'll never reply. Again, last month, Stan Lee also filed a $1 billion lawsuit against his ex-business partners at POW Entertainment, whom he claims took advantage of his name without his permission, according to the complaint he filed in Los Angeles court system. Lee founded, of course, the company back in 2001 alongside current CEO Shane Duffy and Gil Champion, whom he claims in the complaint that they conspired and agreed to broker a sham deal to sell POW to a Chinese company and fraudulently steal Stan Lee's name, identity, and likeness as a part of the nefarious scheme to benefit financially at Stan Lee's expense. Additionally, Stan Lee claims that Duffy and Champion knowingly made material misrepresentations of fact and forced or fraudulently obtained a signature from Lee to give POW Inc. the exclusive use of Lee's identity, name, image, or likeness. Is it possible that Kia Morgan was behind this as well? Certainly, I would be willing to bet that he is behind coercing Stan Lee to probably sue POW Entertainment. What does a 95-year-old man who has plenty of money really care about suing some other company for $1 billion? Well, your business partner, Kia Morgan, who will probably profit in some way from this, probably has a vested interest in that. More and more people taking, he's also suing his former business partner, alleging fraud, has spoken out defending his daughter after others around him claimed that she was trying to gain control of his assets, which that whole crazy story seemed very true. I have lots of video on the Stan Lee saga. Check them out on their channel. And this all comes after just a year or two of losing his longtime wife, Joan, who's 93 years old. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to see all these people taking advantage of of Stan Lee. And I think all that I can do sitting here in Wisconsin is try and report on it and ask you to share it out and make sure people see what's going on and people become aware of it. And at least then they will continue to follow the story. Now, Kia Morgan has been arrested. Clearly, he filed a false police report. Why would he do that? Why were the police there doing a wellness check on Stan Lee? Clearly, that was a result of concerned citizens calling and wondering what was going on. Now, what came out of that wellness check, I don't know. But why would Kia Morgan call and say there were burglars. Clearly they weren't. Again, remember, he had armed people at his house trying to get money from him, which just seems absurd because, you know, he probably lives in an ultra rich part of Hollywood. So I don't think there's a lot of that going on. This whole situation is sad, and I really, really, really hope that Stan Lee can get somebody who's going to look out for him here in his twilight years so he can go back to enjoying his life and having fun, which he clearly does. So, Stan, to you I say Excelsior. Please take care of yourself.